The spokesperson for the government of Eswatini, formerly Swaziland, says the government has always been interested in dialogue with anyone. But Alpheous Nxumalo says last Friday's meeting between King Mswati III and Namibian President Geingob, chair of the Southern African Development Community's SADC Troika on politics and defense and security, was not about dialogue. SADC has been trying to facilitate a discussion between the Eswatini government and pro-democracy groups. The SADC Troika chair's visit came as protests demanding the release of two jailed members of parliament continue. Government spokesperson Nxumalo tells me the SADC Troika chair's visit was purely a courtesy call on King Mswati III and not about any dialogue.
The discussions between the two heads of state was very mutual and they were very cordial. There was no political agenda on the table. Basically, as you may recall and know, that the president of Namibia is the incoming chair of the SADC. So right now what he is doing is visiting all the SADC countries to introduce himself to the respective head of state and, of course, introduce his agenda while his term of office endures.
You were quoted on social media as saying that conflict resolution through a peaceful dialogue was part of their discussions. I thought your government had rejected any dialogue. Are you now saying your government is ready to dialogue?
Our government, my brother, have always been ready for dialogue. There was never a time in our history, even after the aftermath of the recent violence, where the government was not ready for dialogue. So what the president of Namibia came to engage with the king actually did not overlap into discussing matters of dialogue or matters of politics in the country. As I am repeating again, he came on a courtesy visit to meet His Majesty, and he is meeting all SADC head of states. And from there, then there will be a SADC Troika meeting where issues of conflict which are unfolding in the region shall be discussed.
The SADC chair's visit to your country came as there has been some heightened agitation by pro-democracy groups in your country because of what they say is the continued imprisonment of these two members of parliament for more than a year now. Did that come up in the discussion?
No, as I say, I may not be 100% privy to what was discussed between the two heads of states behind the closed doors. But as you are alluding now, bringing to an issue which was never actually given to the public in terms of the briefing that was done after the meeting. And those two MPs that you are referring to are not incarcerated by the government. They are appearing in the courts of the country. They are defending their case. They have attorneys, even they've employed some from the Republic of South Africa that are here, that are defending the case, that are facing in the court of the land. So the government has got nothing to do with what will transpire at the end of the day there. Government cannot interfere with the processes of the court. When the court, after the process has gone to the end, they will issue their verdict. Either the court will find them guilty. If not guilty, they will be released accordingly. And if they are found guilty, there are still higher courts in the land. There's a Supreme Court or an appeal court where they can take their case also to. So it is not a matter of the government to either release them or do anything about the situation as a person.
Alpheous Nxumalo is the spokesperson for the Eswatini government. You are speaking with us from the capital, Mbabane.